Hey, what's up? I'm Pascal from Orangepixel and welcome to another video. I've been doing these weekly Thursday videos since 2018, so season 7 is starting or started last week. However, it's been getting harder and harder finding the right topic every time. I don't want to do developer logs every week, and I only have so many numbers and information to share on existing games that every now and then it can be rough finding good topics. I have a couple of topics here and there from members from the Discord and of course you guys giving comment to these videos. But I'm also going to try and do some sort of business rambling like videos, like as they mentioned on the Discord just now, old man ramblings. There's a lot of stuff coming in my mailbox and just in my feed because I run Orangepixel as a company first, not just creating games and hope for the best, but it's a company, it's a business, so you have to stay up to date on as many things as possible. So there's a lot of information, companies starting up, and just news and all those things that maybe I can do videos on that topic, and we're just going to try it and see if that works out. And I'm also going to try to do it with as little editing as possible so that it's a lot easier for me to create these type of videos. Let's see how it goes on the first topic, because there was some interesting news recently, and let's talk about it after the intro. Okay, first of all, I noticed I have like puffy eyes, and it shows even more on camera due to lighting and all that stuff. I'm not sure what's going on. I think it's the cold weather outside and then the hot, dry air inside or something that just is killing my face. I think. I don't know. But so just so you know, I have not been crying or bashed up or been drinking a lot. This is just it's not a lot of fun, but it's there and it will go away automatically. First off, there was 2 interesting news facts. They got posted on the Discord last week, I think by Graham, not sure. The first one, I have a little memory video of it here, which I'll show on screen. I tracked it. I think it was this one. No, this is the next one. See, and this is what you get if you don't edit videos. This was the first one. More layoffs were done by 3D Realms and Slipgate on top of the layoffs last year. This was like the first week of January, so already new layoffs this year. More interesting, last year there were over 10,000 industry people laid off. And just before I started recording this on the Discord, it was posted that Unity was again laying off people as well. We're in week 2. So 2 weeks in January, the first week had layoffs, the second week had layoffs. The industry, there's something happening. Luckily for me and a lot of you guys, it's not happening to us. It's happening to the big companies and the bigger, pretty much everything that needs millions of dollars to fund their work. They are getting hit on all sides. Often done by investment companies and has to do with interest rates and how expensive money is right now. And bottom line, it's a shame for the people actually making the games. Of course, everybody a little higher up who's in it for the money and not so much for the games, they're usually fine, or they'll find a better job somewhere else. But it's mostly the people that love creating games that are getting hit. Yeah. It's not really a problem for people like me. It's still all higher up. I don't have an investment company behind me. Nobody can just fire me. I could fire myself, but that's about it. And that's kind of the beauty of being independent and running your own business. But it does get harder for people like me to find publisher for our games. And especially my games were already hard to publish. But now it's even harder because there's less money at the publishers. Also, I'm noticing the camera is swinging every time I move stuff around. There's a chair underneath my desk, so sorry for all of this. It's now late Tuesday and this video has to be recorded, edited and goes live on Thursday. I've been a bit behind, so yeah, a lot of layoffs. It's only gonna hurt me and my business if all those people that got laid off start making their own game and releasing it, because that puts me onto the second news fact. Last year saw a record 14,000 games released on Steam. And 80 games were already released this year, last week. Like the first week of the year, 80 games got released. Last year, 14,000. One of those games was mine. It was Sir Questionnaire. I didn't do much with it because it was already out and released, and it kind of already made its money and revenue back. So I just put it on Steam for the people that wanted it on PC and want it in their Steam library. That's pretty much the biggest problem with Steam, that players have all their games in that library and don't want anything else. And Epic has a big problem with that because they want to create their own game launcher and are still working on that and still losing a lot of money because people will get the free games, but they will still be playing on Steam. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of time for them to get anywhere close to Steam, which is a problem. To be honest, it's great that Steam is there because before Steam it was very hard to get PC games, and PC gaming wasn't really high standard. It wasn't really done a lot, and a lot of you probably don't remember that. But in the 90s, gaming on a PC, yeah, you could get some shareware here and there. You have to download it from areas and always watch out for viruses. But it wasn't really a consistent thing, and Microsoft didn't really have a good solution for it either, which is crazy because they owned like the whole PC industry. But still, there wasn't a good solution until Steam came around, and they have fixed those problems, but they now created another problem of just being the only real option. There are tiny options left and right, but you're not getting an audience there as a developer, and as a gamer, those games are usually different, smaller. You're not getting the big games there. So yeah, Steam is a good thing. But so just editing the video, weird brain fart. What could help here in this situation with Steam would be if they somehow opened up their Steam library management. So the software, the Steam software, in such a way that other companies or other games you get from other places could also be in that library. And I know you can add your own games to Steam, but it's not done automatically. You have to really know what you're doing. You have to really do it. But in some sort of way, it would be pretty cool if that part of Steam would be opened up. And I know it's probably not something they would be interested in themselves, but it could add so much value to just open up the Steam market and competition. And I know obviously that's not in the interest of Valve, but it would be pretty cool to have in the industry, just an open platform, and Steam could still be selling, or the only one selling their Steam keys, but somehow you could also link all your other games bought at other platforms into that software, and other people could create the Steam client side or the client software that manages or browses through all those games. That would be very cool. Probably never gonna happen. Just wanted to share that. Let's continue the video. Also a bad thing. And 14,000 games released on one platform is a lot of games, which is also somewhat of a problem for most of us game developers. Getting noticed, stand out between all those games is getting harder. Of course, 14,000, a lot of those games probably launched with less than 100 wishlist. Hobby projects or first time the game developers releasing something and trying something. Like my Sir Questionnaire was just released on there to have it on Steam. I didn't really pay attention to it. It didn't sell well. I haven't even checked or looked at the numbers. I don't really care about it. It was more just having it on Steam for everybody else and to have a complete collection out there. So a lot of games of those 14,000 are not really a problem for my business. Then of course a lot of those 14,000 games are higher region AAA titles, $60 games, $40 games, $30 games, all bigger, higher quality, much more people behind it. Not the kind of games I'm creating or the audience I'm looking for. So out of those 14,000, I think we can scratch off 50%, and then it still leaves you with 7,000 releases. Ballpark figure, I'm just making it up as I go, but probably less games that are interesting and are a problem to my business or getting my games noticed. But yeah, all in all, it's a lot of games. And a lot of people, I think there are two types of game developers or two types of people in the business, comparing both these stories. People who are in it for the games and the creation and the creative process. People who are in it for making money. Of course, games got more and more popular and made more and more money. So over the last couple of decades, we saw a lot of investment coming in, a lot of money coming in, a lot of people coming in for the money and to make it big and to make big $1 million selling titles. And but there are also still people in it for the creativity. Like me, I just enjoy creating worlds. I just create the type of games I like to create, and then I hope I can find the audience for it or find the right people to sell it to. The other way is just creating what people want, and there are a couple of developers or many developers out there who are just grabbing assets from the asset store, so complete packages or complete environments, and then combining it with other environments and characters and just the stuff, and within a couple of months they have a game that looks very shiny, superb, 3D, everything is on there. It sells well, but at some point you're running out of assets to use. So if you're not making millions of dollars, you're gonna have a problem if you want to do this long term. But for now, yeah, it sure works, and those people are, I think, in it for the money, not so much the creative process. But it's all good. That's pretty much how it works. I'm not even sure where I'm going with this. That's the rambling part of this video. Of course, people now say that Steam maybe should do better quality control or some sort, but then you get the problem, what is quality? And at some point, if you ask a couple of people or a couple of gamers, what do you think about Orangepixel games? They might say it's crap with that low resolution pixel art stuff. Beyond that, we should be doing 3D multiplayer, awesome shooting type open world games. And they have a point, but that's their genre, that's what they like. There are a lot of people who still like pixel art games and like smaller projects. There are still hit games coming out of that, like Vampire Survivors recently. Of course, we have Stardew Valley, completely pixel art with Terraria. It's a decade old, but people are still playing it, it's still selling, and there are many other games that I just can't get to out of the top of my head, which is a weird sentence, but that's what you get if you don't edit videos. So where does the quality, asset flips, but a lot of developers with good games and interesting games are still using assets from the asset store. So at what point is it an asset flip, and at what point is it an actual good game? There's no way to really put a line on that, and we had that before on Steam. We had the green lighting games. You had to submit your games, and enough people had to like it for Steam to allow it on Steam. That was another big problem that a lot of their developers weren't happy with, because then their game wouldn't get on it, and were pretty good games, but they just wouldn't get the amount of votes to get through greenlight. There is no good system for it. So we're gonna just have a lot of games being dumped on Steam and other platforms every now and then, I think. So the conclusion is I have 3 games in development, and I want to release at least 2 of those games this year. And it's gonna be hard getting them to be noticed, it's hard getting them noticed by the players, the audience, the gamers, because there will be more games released this year, probably. The trend on Steam has been going up and away. So there will be even more games released this year. And now my eye starts to tear up. It's an emotional thing, talking about so many games on Steam, I guess. It's gonna be hard getting those games noticed. But there will be solutions, there will be ways to do it. You just have to be creative at the business part as well. There are other markets out there. You don't need to make huge amounts of money on those markets. They could still be interesting. So I might actually start looking at other PC markets. Of course, I'm on itch.io, and I've been on Humble, and I'm not a fan of GOG, Galaxy Gamers, of whatever they... I'm not been Residual is on there, but I don't like their platform that much, and it's hard getting on there, and there's been so many mess ups there. That's probably rambling on another video, so I'm not even going there, but I'm not a fan of it. But there are other platforms, let's just keep it with that, and there are more platforms out there. Maybe I should try them as well. It's gonna be interesting. Why am I looking at my screen? I should close everything here so I can just look at you and be personal. It's gonna be a hard year getting your game noticed. Yeah, that was all I wanted to say. I could have done this video in 2-3 minutes, just to say it's gonna be hard getting your game noticed in 2024. Good luck, guys, to everybody out there. All right, this is a ramble video. I might do these more often and you might not enjoy them. Let me know in the comments if you don't. Let me know if you do. If you have better topics for me to talk about, drop them in the comments or come hang out on the Discord where we discuss topics for my videos every now and then. And I could use some good topics. I'm not going to do devlogs every week. I need to do like 49 more videos. No, 49 more videos. The last video will be end of year review again. I need 49 good ideas, or about 40. I will do at least 9 devlogs. So give me 40 good topics for these videos. If not, I'll be rambling about game business every now and then. So let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about that. Like, subscribe, comment below, and I will see you next week. Bye. And now I act like I'm gonna start working, but I won't. I will shut down all these lights and I will start editing the video, which hopefully doesn't require a lot of editing, and then I can get back to Gauntlet of Power. Bye.